Rarer still is the exquisite Hakeem Olajuwon, who has delivered one of the greatest runs of sustained excellence in playoff history. Respect is also elusive when you are deemed too young. The Orlando Magic were labeled too immature, too inexperienced to contend for a title this year. It's too soon, they were told.
At the beginning of the season, I looked at the projected starting five: Horace, Nick, D. Scott, Penny, myself, and I said, we can do it.
And so far, they have done it. Orlando has simply turned the clock ahead. Their party starts now. Tonight, the reigning champs against the precocious challengers. The NBA Finals, next.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1995 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 1 between the Houston Rockets and the Orlando Magic.
The arena in Orlando already roaring. This year, the Magic have gone 46-4 in this building, counting the playoffs. And tonight, they open the NBA Finals against the defending champion Houston Rockets, who have shown repeatedly that they can win anywhere, under any conditions. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Costas. Welcome to the NBA Finals. The story here is this. The Orlando Magic is universally regarded as the NBA's team of the future. There are almost certainly championships ahead for Shaquille O'Neal, Anthony Hardaway, and company. The question is, can the Rockets make them wait a little longer? Maybe not, because with each passing game, the Magic seem more resourceful, more sure of themselves. Their youth no longer such an obstacle. Speaking of obstacles, the Rockets just ran the NBA's version of the steeplechase. No team has ever been seeded as low as 6th and won the title. But that's where the Rockets began this postseason, and without home court advantage in any series, they have already beaten the teams with the 3 best records in the league. If the Rockets should win it all, much credit will go to the bold trade which brought them Clyde Drexler from Portland, giving the veteran guard his 3rd shot at the NBA Finals. But most of the credit will go to Hakeem Olajuwon, whose stunning run of playoff brilliance has elevated him beyond All-Star or even MVP status and into the ranks of the very greatest who have ever played the game. 23-year-old Shaquille O'Neal seems destined someday, perhaps someday soon, to be placed in that same company. But for now, the 32-year-old Olajuwon is the NBA's best player. His team, its defending champion. Starting tonight, O'Neal and the Magic test themselves against those standards. We'll step aside now, and when we come back, Marv Albert, Matt Guokas, and Bill Walton join you as our coverage of the NBA Finals continues.
Outside of Disney, it is the biggest event to ever hit Orlando. The NBA Finals have come to Central Florida with the Orlando Magic getting ready to go against the defending champion Houston Rockets. And this is the scene outside the Rockets locker room just moments ago.
Aggressive. Let's keep our trophy. This is our joint, yo. We ain't giving it up right now. Yo, we're gonna make it hard on them, yo. Pressure all night long. Yo, they don't think they respect us either, yo. Let's show what's up. Let's show them what's up. Let's show them up. Let's show the world, yo. Show the world tonight. From the beginning. 1, 2, 3, Rockets. There you go, man.
We welcome you to the Orlando Arena. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with Matt Guokas, and we are delighted to be joined by Hall of Famer Bill Walton, the man who can certainly relate to the much-anticipated marquee matchup of the center position between Shaquille O'Neal and Hakeem Olajuwon. Bill, how do you break it down?
Marv, the history of the game that comes to a head in this series as we're on the collision course between the game's 2 most dominant big men, one trying to maintain the status quo and the other one trying to force the changing of the guard. Hakeem Olajuwon, the game's best player, the defending champion, plays with an incredible sense of poise and pride, and Shaquille O'Neal, the toughest guy in the league to guard. Their numbers in the playoffs this year have just been sensational. But when all is said and done, there will be a clear-cut winner between one of these these two guys, and that man will write the next chapter in the history of basketball, Mark.
And Matt, although much of the attention has focused on the matchup at center, it may well be the subplot to this series could determine the outcome.
Marv, no question they are the central figures, but I think the series will turn on the play of people like Nick Anderson. Plays like this hustle and flick on Michael Jordan, which stole the first game from Chicago. The blanket job on Reggie Miller in Game 7, keeping him from being a factor. And Nick slashing and driving gives the Magic offense some added punch. And so far, Nick has guarded Michael Jordan and Reggie Miller in the playoffs. And now it's on to Clyde Drexler, a man who is very hungry, looking for his first NBA championship.
All right, so coming up, it's Game 1 of this best of 7 between the Rockets and the Magic. When we come back, we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Red Dog Beer. Bold yet smooth, unusually easy to drink. You are your own dog. By Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Warner Brothers Batman Forever, starting Friday, June 16th at a theater near you.
A look at downtown Orlando. Beautiful 95-degree day that was earlier this afternoon. Through the course of this playoff run, the Houston Rockets have been an extraordinary road ball club. 5 straight wins on the road. They have won 7 of 10 overall. We're set for the introduction of the starting lineups. Let's join with Paul Porter on the public address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beautiful Orlando Arena. And tonight's Game 1 of the 1995 NBA Finals. Featuring the Western Conference champion Houston Rockets and your Eastern Conference champion Orlando Magic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineup for the Western Conference champion Houston Rockets. And one guard, 6'7" from Houston, number 22, Clyde Drexler. At the other guard, 6'3" from North Carolina, number 30, Kenny Smith. At center, 7 foot from Houston, number 34, Akeem Olajuwon. And one forward, 6'5" from American International, number 17, Mario Elie. The other forward, 6'10", from Alabama, number 25, Robert Horry. The head coach of the Rockets is Rudy Tomjanovich.
sideline coverage tonight. We have a combination of Ahmad Rashad and Hannah Storm. Let's start with the D. Here's Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thanks, Marv. Horace Grant certainly can take a lot of credit for getting his team playing the way they are now. He can also take a lot of credit on last Sunday when they were playing against Indiana. He was the guy going up and down the bench, cheering his teammates on, trying to get them into this final. Well, today, in that same role, he showed up in the locker room with all three of his championship rings from Chicago to show his teammates that if they do it right, this is what's in store for them. Hannah?
Thanks, Ahmad. Well, the Rockets tell me they're rejuvenated from their 5-day layoff after those grueling Western Conference playoff series. However, they had a big injury concern coming into this one, and that was Akeem Olajuwon, who bruised the top of his left hand in practice on Monday. Akeem has just told me that the swelling and the pain have gone down. He's not concerned about it in the game, particularly because it's his non-shooting hand. Rudy Tomjanovich has emphasized to his team defensive intensity. He said, don't let these guys get comfortable, particularly on their home floor. Mark?
Thank you, Hannah. And the officials, Joe Crawford, Dick Bavetta, and Steve Javi. And we are set for game one of the NBA Finals.
Both teams with similar styles. Both teams like to launch the three anywhere from 20 to 25 times on average. Bill, I think a big factor in this whole series is who gets out and gets the easy baskets. Both teams like to go with it.
Houston has to get the ball to Akeem Olajuwon virtually every time down for 7 straight games. Then they've got to force Orlando to play set offense and make them work at that time and time again. And they've got to get in Penny Hardaway's face and not let him advance the ball easily.
Olajuwon and O'Neal set for the opening tip. The official Joe Crawford with the ball. And we're underway. The Rockets control.